Hey everyone, Pine here, and recently I hit Diamond. Finally, in Season 0, we hit Platinum 1, and throughout Season 1, I've been playing competitive on and off. I didn't really start playing comp seriously though until maybe like Season 1.5 when Human Torch came out. I started to get into competitive a little bit more again, and recently I had my Diamond game, my Diamond rank up game. So this was the game here. We're just gonna kind of watch it and go over some stuff with Loki, because Loki was probably my carry when it came to ranking up a bit more this season. I definitely have been playing Loki a little bit more. I'd love to play DPS in comp, but I find that with the issue with DPS is I either have games where I don't feel confident enough in my own DPS skill, or, you know, we just have other people that will lock in DPS before me. So I don't mind maining Loki a little bit. Here as well, I get high ground, and I've been looking up Loki guides as well. There's a lot I want to mention, by the way. So if I like change subjects every 2 seconds, don't mind that. One thing I wanted to mention as well with Loki is I've been watching a couple guides recently, and one guide that I saw was a guide by Karq where he went over Loki tips. And one of the things that definitely helped me a lot with Loki was not overthinking where the placement of my clones are. And that really helped a lot, because it is true where if you just get your clones down quickly, you slap them down as quickly as possible. When you're playing Loki, not overthinking the positioning of your clones sometimes is a good idea, because a lot of what I've noticed with Loki is that you build your ultimate very, very quickly. You'll notice a couple times in this game, like I'm usually the first one in a fight to build my ult up, because Loki, you genuinely build up your ult so incredibly fast with this character. So a lot of him is me just trying not to overthink my positioning on my clones. If I have time to set them up, I will. But when I'm in the middle of a battle, I try not to overthink it too much. I wasn't able to keep Bucky there alive all that much, and I felt kind of bad that I wasn't able to keep him alive. Here, we're kind of just in the middle of a fight, and it doesn't last too long. I'll be honest, the enemy team were not very focused on the objective. One thing I noticed in competitive and quick play, but one thing I've noticed in competitive that hold a lot of people back is they focus kills way too much. And sometimes they will literally C9 the point just to get that extra kill, and it will cost them the game sometimes. And there is a few examples in this game where the enemy team is so focused on kills that a lot of the time they completely forget about the point. So I use my Cloak and Dagger ult here. I find it best with Loki to copy a defensive ult. You can copy an offensive ult if you really feel like you're going to be able to eliminate some of their team, but I typically try to copy defensive ults as much as possible. I'm not gonna lie, the thing got his ult back so quickly there. One thing I've noticed as well with competitive, and this has become an issue recently when it comes to Marvel Rivals, is the whole inflation issue with people being in the ranks they're not supposed to. You've probably heard about it a little bit. I've also spoken on stream a little bit about it, but basically it just details that because you win more than you lose, or because you get more points for the win than you would lose points, and also because they didn't reset ranks during season 1.5, they only made it so you have to play 10 games to get the next rewards. A lot of people are in ranks they're not really supposed to be in, and it's so evident throughout gold and platinum. There will be so many DPS players that just shouldn't be in that rank. For example, here is literally a point of them focusing kills that they completely C9 the cart. Their Groot and Cloak and Dagger, I believe, was so focused on fighting our team here that they completely just C9 the cart. And you'll notice here, Cloak and Dagger on their team makes a very, very strange mistake where I think she uses ult. Yep, she uses ult there. And she wastes it. She completely wastes her ult. And I remember in the moment just being so baffled by it. I'm like, why on earth would she waste her ult like that? Because yeah, I know she was at risk of dying, but surely you'd rather take the death than use your ult in like a random spot. So yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense. And we're still pushing up the cart as well. Back to Loki, because Loki, like I said, he's the character that I've been mostly playing when it comes to competitive. I just find him really, really useful. Not to mention that he might probably be one of the best supports currently in the game. You can make so many plays as Loki because you can copy anybody's ult. So you can make so many plays with Loki. And not to mention that if you position his clones well and constantly have his clones down, you build up your ultimate incredibly fast. You do an absurd amount of healing and damage. Like, he genuinely is just such a good strategist. Here, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit out of position. Oh wait, no, it's not this part. It's not this part. There is a moment in this game where I was a little bit out of position and I remembered I needed to back up a little bit and play a bit smarter. Even me, like, I'm not always a smart player, I'll be honest. Here, I think, but I realize I'm out of position. I try to disengage as soon as possible. I think in this game as well, I had like hardly no deaths. Because as a strategist, if you play correctly, like you'll never die most of the time. You genuinely will never die. Obviously, I think in the higher ranks, you can die faster because there are DPS players in the higher ranks that are absolutely insane. So I think obviously in the higher ranks, it's a lot easier to get eliminated. But mostly, I would say like as a strategist in the lowest ranks, you shouldn't really die too often, especially if you're playing characters like Loki, Invisible Woman, Rocket Raccoon. Those characters are really good at just not dying. So at the moment, we are about to cap it, I think. I think we cap it here. We do, yeah. I don't know what that thing is doing there, to be honest. He solo ulted our Cloak and Dagger. And then they did pull out the penny. I end up eliminating the penny. I'm not gonna lie, this was probably one of my better games as well, because I've had a loss streak with comp. I have. And I think, honestly, I'm probably most comfortable with the strategist role. Like I said, I like to play DPS a lot, but when it comes to competitive, I don't know if it's just me doubting my DPS skill or whether it's just because people instant log DPS really quickly, but I just never really find myself playing DPS, to be honest. So anyway, we're going into the defense, which I will skip ahead to. One thing I love to do on defense as well is definitely set up high ground, but my team, I think, were pushed up a little bit here, so I remember kind of pushing up with them. I like to set my clones up high ground on defense. I like to try and do it on attack, but obviously on defense you have that beginning phase, that like little bit of time to actually set up your defenses. Yeah, one thing you'll notice here in this fight, by the way, I build up my ultimate so incredibly fast. Like I said, Loki builds up his ultimate so fast. So you'll notice in this fight, like I end up building my ult up in seconds. Like, it's insane how fast you can build up your ult with this character. I think with most strategists, to be honest, you can build up your ult incredibly fast. But Loki just, I don't know what it is, but Loki feels like he excels with it. So back to not overthinking your positioning with your clones as well. One thing that a few Loki guides mentioned is you can use your right click / invisibility at the beginning of a fight to kind of place down one clone, then use your actual like clone placement to place down another, and then that leaves you with one clone left, which you can save to either disengage out of a fight, drop down on your team, and then put your poles down if you need to save your teams from like an ultimate. It just gives you a couple options. I remember this person being like kind of out of position here. I know he's there, but I didn't want to like engage him in case I died. But yeah, we've got our ultimate, which is fine. I'm getting ready to copy the Cloak and Dagger, I think. But to be fair, most people have got their ults now. I do use my ult there. Honestly, I'm surprised Cloak and Dagger didn't use their ult in retaliation to the Star-Lord ult. I just used it because I know how deadly Star-Lord's ult can be. Cloak and Dagger uses ult there. Yeah, no, this was a really good game, I remember. I think they do push it here now. I think they do take the point, but that's okay. You'll see, like, near the back end of the game, we did end up getting a really strong defense in the end. I think, honestly, in the lower ranks as well, it really does vary on what team you get. I'll be brutally honest, you either get placed with the good team or you either get placed with the really bad team. It really just comes down to a 50-50 coin toss sometimes. And that goes back to that inflation problem I mentioned before. A lot of people, like I said, are complaining about this inflation problem, and it is an issue genuinely in the competitive space at the moment where some people are just not in the ranks they're supposed to be. I can go over my statistics as well at the end to show that, like, I didn't actually play that many games to get to Diamond. I kind of just played as few games as possible, but what I would do is, like, I would play competitive until I lost like 2 games in a row, and then I would take like a 2-day break and come back to it, and it gave it time to like reset, I guess, because like I said, you sometimes will just get placed on the really awful team, and because I made a massive mistake here, by the way. Don't look at that. I was trying to copy the Cloak and Dagger, and I ended up copying their Wolverine, and I didn't mean to. I have the confirm selection option on, but I still mess up sometimes. I don't know why I don't look at it first. But yeah, I made a mistake there. I didn't mean to copy the Wolverine. There's another ult that I copied later on in the game as well, where it was me kind of just throwing a little bit and being a little bit goofy, so don't mind that later on. I'll admit, I don't always like play seriously when I play this game, so sometimes I will do something incredibly goofy that it doesn't benefit my team in any way, but all right, that Jeff swallowed thingy. I did try to eliminate Jeff there, but when Jeff is underground, he's so hard to eliminate. I think I do maybe get the Bucky. No, I don't get the Bucky here, I remember. The Hulk ends up jumping up and interrupting me. Which, you know what, fair enough. I think I managed to get away, though. Yeah, I think I do. Like I said, I had like hardly no deaths at the end of this game. Like, I was never really dying, to be honest with you. I think at the moment, if I look at the scoreboard, I have died once. So yeah, definitely the least amount of deaths in the game. Never mind. I died there, so 2 deaths. Yeah, something that I definitely think is important is obviously not getting eliminated as a strategist, because obviously the longer you're in the fight, the more opportunity you have to save your team or heal your team or whatever you need to do to keep your team alive. So I think trying to stay alive as long as possible as a strategist is one of the main things you have to learn when playing this role. Spider-Man dives in. We managed to eliminate him. My cloak and dagger was like on point. I don't even think I had that much healing by the end of this game. I had 24,000 actually. I had a decent amount of healing. It's because it felt like there was moments where I wasn't healing. So I remember putting a caution ping, by the way, when I was staring at the window a second ago. I remember putting a caution ping there because I saw the Wolverine. I don't think my team caught on though. And I don't really use comms at the moment. I probably should start using comms because I heard when you get to higher ranks, you kind of need to use comms to rank up. But yeah, no, this Spider-Man was on me at the back end of this game. He was coming for me a lot. I should probably mention this is where I end up doing a little bit of throwing. Did I solo ult him? Yeah, but did he deserve it? A little bit. Listen, when a Spider-Man dives me, I need to put them in their place. I need to put them in their place, man. Because I don't know what it is in my Loki brain, but every time I see a Spider-Man dive me, I'm like, oh, you're gonna get it now. So they dive our team here. I think they don't really push it up here, though. I think we're pretty much good. I think I try and save Cloak and Dagger here, but... Oh, to be fair, Cloak and Dagger is safe. Kinda. Never mind, Cloak and Dagger got eliminated. I tried to keep her alive. Also, the Spider-Man did ult me back. He did ult me back, which is fair. I solo ulted him. So, he came for revenge. But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, like, you can be a little bit goofy with the game, and you'll still have, like, good games. Spider-Man comes back. He tries to eliminate us. This is what I'm saying, though. Sometimes their team just wouldn't really focus the objective. And I know Spider-Man's not really meant to. He is meant to go and get picks, but I don't know. A lot of the time, their team was just not really focusing the objective. And I think it did kind of cost them a little bit. And that was game. This was literally my rank up game. I think when I first started this game, I was Platinum 1 with like 74 points. And I think this game gave me just enough points to rank up to Diamond. So I honestly thought, because I was like 1 game off ranking up, I honestly thought the game was going to troll me and make me like lose another game, because I've had that happen before where you're like 1 game off ranking up. It happened in Season 0. I was 1 game off Diamond and I never reached it because I lost that game, and it just went downhill from there. But that was our rank up game to Diamond. I can show the statistics real quick as well. So this was the final statistics of the game. We actually did have the most healing, which I'm surprised. I thought I didn't heal that much, but 27k for Loki, pretty good. We only died 3 times. Again, I think it's very important not to try and get eliminated as a strategist. But yeah, I'll quickly show my statistics and like show that I actually didn't play that much comp. In season 1 of competitive, I did play 13 games and won 9 of those games. And then in season 1.5, I played 17 games and won 8 of them. A lot of my comp games, by the way, let me just mention, a lot of my comp games in season 1.5 was with the Thing, and I went on a really bad losing streak in competitive with the Thing. It was part of the Thing's 10 hours. And I think that was mainly just because I don't think I can play Vanguard to the level that I can play Strategist. I think my Vanguard game is fine, but I'm probably maybe like a gold player when it comes to playing Vanguard. And then when I play DPS Strategist, I think I am much higher. So I think that's why I kind of like lost most of my games when it came to comp. But this is what I'm saying, like at the moment, the way their competitive system works, you can lose a lot of games and still make it to your desired rank. But I mean, I'm super happy I hit Diamond. Now that I've hit Diamond once, I know I can do it in the future. So hopefully in the future, we try and get to GM. That is the ultimate goal. I think season 1.5, we got to Diamond. So maybe season 2. Season 2, I'll aim for GM. It might take a little bit longer, but I'm okay with that. But yeah, season So 13 games, 17 games. So what's that? 30 comp games in all of season 1 and 1.5, 30 competitive games, and we managed to hit diamond, thankfully. Obviously, I don't know what my win rate was overall with comp. I'm not entirely sure, but overall, I'm so happy that I've made it to diamond now. I genuinely, like I said, we were 1 game off diamond in season 0, and it was so unfortunate that we never hit diamond. So now that I've actually hit diamond, it's good. It's good. I don't know whether I'll play any more comp for the rest of the season. I kind of just want to wait for season 2, and then in season 2, I just kind of want to lock in and go hard on competitive, because at the moment I'm like, I play a lot of quick play and not much comp. So I think in season 2, I definitely want to go hard. I want to go into competitive. I want to just play a lot of competitive and try and rank up. But anyway, guys, I know this was like a random one-off video that probably isn't very well edited, because this is kind of a video I'm just throwing out there, because I mean, I wasn't even expecting to throw this video out there, but because we hit diamond, I figured, hey, may as well make a video on it. It's something that I've been working towards, so why not? Anyway, guys, I hope your competitive games go as well as mine did, and I hope you guys get your desired rank by the end of the season. Wishing you guys all the best, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.